I'm not putting myself in the fire like that with my eyes wide open. Like, so consistency is my word for 2024. Let me go. Let me go. Now you're trying to attack me. Hi you guys, and welcome to a new vlog. It's Thursday. I'm only starting this vlog now because I've had a bit of a slow week. It's my first week back at work and I just wanted to like ease myself into this new work week, but there hasn't really been much of an easing into things. So I've just been trying to just concentrate on work and trying to cope with that every day, because now I feel like my body and my brain has been on holiday mode and now I need to kick it back into gear, and it's not a smooth ride, okay? But yeah, so that's the reason that I didn't really pick up my camera. And even now, like, I just wondered, should I actually vlog? Because essentially I have enough content that is just waiting for me to edit that is worth months. So I could technically take a month or two of a break without recording anything, but that would mean that I would never get to talk about certain books that I'm reading, and I want to talk about those books, which is why I'm here right now, okay? So yeah, my reading has been good so far. I am busy with my 4th book of the year, which is, it's great. We're starting off on a good note. I first reread, also before I even continue, this is it's a big year of rereads for me, and there's 2 main reasons why I'm doing that. First of all, it's because I'm trying to remember more details from books that I loved that are getting sequels in 2024. Secondly, it's to go back to books that are part of a series that I left like a while back, and I want to refresh my mind so that I can continue with the series. So those are the 2 main reasons. And with Spy Family, which is the first book I read volume 2, I honestly had no reason. I had no reason. I still remembered what happened, but I just wanted to read it again. And I found that the Libby app, the South African version of the Libby app, actually has Spy Family available on, like, if you signed up to the University of Johannesburg library, then Spy Family is there. They actually have quite a few mangas that I've seen. I've seen Naruto, I've seen One Piece as well. So I'm glad that they have that there. So I've put a loan on it and I got volume 2 like early last week. So I read and finished that, gave it a 5-star again. And then I read Lock Every Door by Riley Sager. I finished it. I gave it 3.5 stars, but when I took it through Copile, because I'm back on Copile this year, I got to about 4-star rating, which I'm like, it's fine. So I give that one a 4-star. I think I spoke about it a little bit probably in my reset vlog, but yeah, I think in terms of intrigue, I was interested to figure out how it would end, but it wasn't really calling to me when I wasn't picking it up, so I had to like remind myself to, hey, go read your book. So it wasn't a book that I was thinking about when I wasn't reading it, as opposed to my other more interesting reads. So yeah, I give it a 3.5 stars, and I called the plot twists, so I wasn't really surprised when it was announced. The surprising thing to me was more of the reasoning behind all the bad things that were happening at the Bartholomew. But yeah, so I read that. I reread A Flicker in the Dark by Stacey Willingham, that was an accidental reread. Because I was chatting to Kakaho, and we normally like share with each other what we're currently reading, recommending stuff to each other. And if I hear her talking about something, I'm like, okay, it sounds interesting. I'm like, wait, A Flicker in the Dark. I remember I enjoyed All the Dangerous Things by Stacey Willingham. I loved it, and I'm like, okay, let me try A Flicker in the Dark, because I'm like, I know that title. Only to find out that when I started reading it, I'm like, hey, I read this book. I read this book. I think I remember what happened. I think I remember what the plot twist is, but I felt so intrigued by it that I decided to reread, to just go through the motions of it again. And I enjoyed it. I gave it 4 stars as well. So with that said, my 4th book that I'm reading is a reread. So this is actually then, if I'm really counting, it's the 3rd reread. Physically, it's the 1st. Like, planned rereads, it's the 1st. And that is The 5th Season by N.K. Jemisin. This is the 1st book in the Broken Earth trilogy. I read this book first in 2022. I gave it, I don't know why I said 2022 like that. It was 2022 when I read this book. I gave it 4.5 stars, only because I thought it took very long. I thought it was long. I thought the chapters were like really long, and the magic system, even though it's so beautiful and intricate, it's also a little bit complex. So I spent a lot of time on the back pages, in the appendix. But even though I spent a lot of time there trying to like understand what things were, it blew my mind the amount of work she did to even give us this kind of appendix. Like, she thought throughout the story, and that really impressed me. Also, the plot twist rocked my world. It rocked my world. So this year I decided that I actually want to finish reading the Broken Earth trilogy. It's one of the series that I want to complete this year. But before just like jumping into the Obelisk Gate, which is book 2, I wanted to go back here and reread. And I knew that I would enjoy this reread, because when I got to the plot twist, I was just like, I didn't see this coming. And there's probably times where she dropped trinkets of information that I didn't know were important to even note or pick up, because there's a lot that happens in here. So right now, going back into it, I'm having a good time, and it's actually going much faster. I don't know if it's because I, number one, already know the story, or I'm a faster reader than I was like 2 years ago, or if, because the other thing I think that slowed me down is that we hear from 3 perspectives, and one of those perspectives is told from first person. I've never read a book told from first person, so this was my first experience, and it was a little bit confusing for me when I had to jump between 3rd person to first person. And it got some getting used to. Like it what is that the term? It needed some getting used to. So I am rereading it now, and it's going much smoother. It's going much faster. I know what to expect. I'm not spending as much time in the appendix like I did the last time, but I'm having a great time. So if you don't know what this is about, but I feel like I love the way that she introduces the story. So let me read that, okay? So on the very first page, it says, "This is what you must remember. The ending of one story is just the beginning of another. This has happened before, after all. People die, old orders pass, new societies are born. When we say the world has ended, it's usually a lie, because the planet is just fine. But this is the way the world ends. This is the way the world ends. This is the way the world ends for the last time." And at the back it says, "This is the way the world ends for the last time. It starts with the great red rift across the heart of the world's sole continent, spewing ash that blots out the sun." So during the 5th season, they mentioned that you have an extended period of winter season, which can last like around 6 months, because when the earth breaks and you've got this great rift they're talking about, it messes with the climate. It messes with the climate. animals die, people die, crops die, the air gets polluted with like sulfuric gases. So it's hectic. And this is why they would say the world is ending, because humans are ending. The world is just fine. It's a planet. And it also says it starts with death, with a murdered son and a missing daughter. So one of the main perspectives we hear from, her name is Esun, and already in the beginning of the story, the minute we meet her, she's walking into her house and she finds her youngest son, she has a 3-year-old son and a daughter probably close to like 10 or so, and she finds him dead, beaten and dead by her husband, and her husband has taken the daughter and ran away with her. So it's a story of her also going on this journey to try and find this man to ensue her revenge. So interested in that, but there's a lot of things that happen throughout the story. And then the third thing says it starts with betrayal, a long dormant wound rising up to fester. This is the stillness, a land long familiar with catastrophe, where the power of the earth is wielded as a weapon and where there is no mercy. It is so good. It is so good. I love being back into this world. Yeah, and even the way that she just starts the prologue, because it says, you are here, let's start with the end of the world, why don't we get it over and done with and move on to more interesting things. Like, that is not even the crux of the story. But yeah, I'm reading the 5th season, absolutely enjoying it, having a great time with it. And yeah, my lunchtime is finished. I need to prepare for a meeting. I have a delivery today, a really exciting one, which I guess I could show you guys because then my unboxing would have went up by this point. But I bought myself a Kindle. So okay, this is the cover. Ready? I bought myself a Kindle. This is the 10th generation. It is a repurposed one, and I'm trying to charge it because it's here with like low battery vibes. So yeah, I'll see. It hasn't really charged up to a point where it can power on, and I don't know where my charging head is that will allow USB 2 connections. I tried to look for it. I saw it the other day, but I don't know where it is. I don't know if my husband took it with him because he went to site. But yeah, so I got it, and when I got it, I got this flip cover with it, but I actually started googling around and I found a transparent cover. Like, my phone is a transparent cover, sorry, but it has these dried flowers like inlaid within the cover, which I really like, and I want to do a similar thing to the Kindle. I actually found a clear cover for the Kindle, and I've got some stickers to decorate my Kindle with, and I will take you guys through that when I'm decorating it. I got these stickers from Vuvu's shop, which is called Hive Books, so you can check that out. Yeah, I'm excited to try it out. I want to take out my pop socket that I have on my phone and try it out on here. This is actually like really small. I didn't expect it to be this tiny. I thought it would be like a little bit bigger, a little heavier, but it's not. But anyway, yeah, because I kept wondering if the pop socket would actually be able to hold it in place, or maybe I would need a bigger pop socket, but I think it will. I will try it out. I don't even know how to take this off because now it's been stuck here ever since I got it. How do I take this out without destroying my my cover or destroying it? So yeah, I'm gonna try and see. I might keep the pop cover for this for the Kindle black. I want to try and see what it all looks like with with all the decorations, if the black would look better with it, or if I should get a more colorful one. I tried to get a navy blue one to match with my phone because my phone is actually blue. And I need to clean it. I should clean it actually while it's open like this. Yeah, because my phone is blue, and I looked for like a navy blue pop socket, but I was struggling to find one. So I thought, let me go with the black. Oh my gosh, how do I get this out? I have no idea. I feel like I'm gonna break this cover. I got this cover from Typo some while back. When was it? A year ago. I think it might have been a year ago. But yeah, I'm still charging it, and I will... It is on! It is finally on! It's finally charged. Okay, so I'm just gonna leave it to charge a bit more, and then I'm gonna record a video later on of like setting up my Kindle for the first time. And yeah, I'm excited for it. I'm not as excited for it as like a new book, because I wasn't really like a Kindle person, because I didn't really enjoy reading ebooks on any device on my phone or whatever, because my eyesight problem that I have is related to having too much light go in my eyes, and it causes headaches and all kinds of things, and therefore I would avoid reading on my phone as much as possible. But now people are like, no, but with the Kindle then the light is better and you can even adjust it and blah blah blah. So I'm like, okay, fine, I'll try it. But my other issue with it was I don't want the Kindle Unlimited subscription. I feel like I'm already paying for a lot of other things, and I don't want a subscription. So I remember last year I kept doing some research on how I can use my Kindle without having a subscription, and I found, well, two ways to do it. Firstly, with NetGalley. I am subscribed to NetGalley, and every time I have a NetGalley book, I would usually just read it on my phone in the darkest mode available. But I realized that I would actually forget about the NetGalley books, because like my subconscious is not here looking for a book for me to read ebook wise. But on SCRIBD as well, I like lately on SCRIBD I would find ebooks of maybe physical books that I'm reading. When I was reading what is it, Legendborn, I also had the ebook version on my phone, because one, when I'm in bed and we're about to sleep and I want to keep reading but my husband wants to sleep, I couldn't read because my reading light as well was not really doing the things, and then you're holding the book in a certain way and then the light is just not hitting the book the right way and you just can't see what's happening. So I ended up having the ebook on my phone and then reading on my phone in bed. It made it easier that way. That's where I really started thinking, okay, fine, if I actually had a Kindle it would make more sense. So I'm definitely going to use it with NetGalley. That's probably going to be my primary use for it. People in the US, they can use their Kindle with their Libby app, which is great because I'm actually using the Libby app so much right now. I've got a bunch of books that are on there. Like I started Air of Fire on the Libby app, and it would have been great to have it on my Kindle, but this function to link your Libby to Kindle is for US. It's US based only. I'm like, why? We all use the same app, but we all use the same device. I don't understand what's going on. So I hope that they will add that functionality, because that would really be great. But yeah, we'll see. I think when you get the app, I think it allows you like 3 months to try Kindle Unlimited for free. So I'll definitely use that and then I'll see. But I don't know. I'm not convinced that it's worth paying for. I don't know. I'm not convinced. Somebody convince me and tell me why. I think the other thing is because I see a lot of people reading like romances on their Kindles, which is not a genre I particularly gravitate towards. So, and like my fantasies, I love to have them here physically with me. So does it make sense to also buy them here? I don't know. So my main use for this right now will be for NetGalley, and also I started getting like highlights for books coming out in NetGalley, and I have been avoiding selecting those books because eyesight issues, but now I can actually do it because I've got a physical Kindle, because I would send my NetGalley books to my Kindle app that I have on my phone. But yeah, anyway, that is a long intro. Welcome to this video. I hope that you enjoy it, and I will try to pick up my camera over the next couple of days. So yeah, see you later. Okay, you guys. Okay. All right, stop with the silliness. Lots of fingerprints. We'll wipe that down. But I've got my Kindle. It got delivered. I took a little bit of a short clip. I think I will do like a proper unboxing video of setting up my Kindle, but since this is vloggy vlogs, I just wanted to show you guys. So this is the Kindle that I got. This is the Kindle Paperwhite. It is the Gen 10 version. So I got the repurposed. Is it called repurposed? Wait, let me get the right term. But it's not new. It's basically a secondhand Kindle that I got off TAKEALOT. I didn't even know that they were selling secondhand Kindles. Actually, Vuvu helped me out with this when she unboxed hers, because I had the new Gen 11 version on my wish list, and it's more expensive. So I was just like, but it's Kindle. I mean, what can make this break? You know, it doesn't make sense. So you save about 1,400 Rand that I saved on this. So this is the Kindle Paperwhite. It's the 6-inch version. It is the generation 10. It has 8 gigs of hard drive space in here. It is a Wi-Fi e-reader, and it is certified by Amazon as a certified refurbished. That's what they call it, a refurbished device. So yeah, that's what I've got. So I've got my pop socket here. This is what I actually had on my phone, and I want to try and use it on here, but I need to actually order the cover. I actually found the transparent cover on here that I should probably actually just go and check out. But I got so I was busy looking at like other pop sockets, because now I have to replace the pop socket for my phone. But yeah, I want to get the cover so that I can do the pop socket on here. I actually like the black on black pop socket, but with the clear cover, I want to decorate it with some of these flowery pattern things on here. I've got some bookish stickers as well. I got all these from Hive Books, by the way. So I've got some decorative pieces. So I'm wondering if I should keep the pop socket like black, clear black, same as the Kindle itself, because I think I like it like that. So this doesn't stick on this. This is more like it feels more almost like suede type, but it will stick on the plastic cover. So I need to just get the plastic cover for this. And yeah, I've already have my books loaded here. These are the books that were on my Kindle app that I saved from NetGalley. So I already have like 2 books on there that I've saved from NetGalley. I have not signed up for Kindle Unlimited yet. I actually thought it was 3 months, but it's actually only 1 month trial version. So I haven't tried that out. I haven't set that up yet, because I already have my TBR for this month and I don't want it to go to waste. I have to like activate it and then actually never get to use it. And because I already have 2 books on here that I can read, it's not really a train smash. So we'll probably try it out next month, and I will have some books that I could try, and maybe even some new releases. I'll have to see what's under Kindle Unlimited and see if any of the books I want to read are actually included in there. So yeah, I don't know if I want to do the black pop socket or if I want to do a colorful one with like some patterns, because I did see a nice one. Like there's this it's almost like oceany one over here that I like. That the blue is not the same blue as on my phone, but I don't know. Or there's like a black marble that might be kind of like what I gravitate towards. I actually do really like this one. That's the Kindle. What did I do with the cover actually? Okay, currently I've got this flip cover with this clip on situation. So yeah, this is what this is just a screensaver for it. This is what it looks like. But yeah, this is kind of like a hard case one, but I do like this black. It's nice, but I want to have the pretty designs like all the girlies are having right now. It makes it look cool, I must say. It makes it look cool. But yeah, that is my Kindle haul. I will try it out tonight and read maybe some of these books. I wish I could connect it to my Libby app, because I'm actually currently reading Air of Fire on there, but it's not here. And I saw that they are selling it for like $11. I'm like, but I have it for free on Libby. See my conundrum? See why I'm not all the way ready to pay for Kindle Unlimited yet? Because yeah, I haven't yet found books that I like. I can't find this anywhere, and I'm so desperate to read it right now. But yeah, this is what we got going on. I will let you guys know how I feel about this, and I will definitely show you when I decorate my Kindle with all these pretty stickers. Hi you guys, it's another day. It's Wednesday. I think the last time I picked up this camera was probably like last week. The birds in my yard are a little bit excited, but I haven't picked up my camera since last week. I've been busy, and I haven't really felt the need to pick up my camera. I'm not really stranded for like content or anything, but at the same time I am trying to not skip any reading updates, if that makes sense. With that said, I'm here for a reading update, and I'm trying to remember what I read since the last time I spoke to you guys. What was I reading? I think, was I still reading Lock Every Door? But I think I gave enough update on that on other videos as well. So I read the second book in the Molly the Maid series by Nita Prose, and it's called The Mystery Guest. I gave it 3.5 star rating. I didn't think it was as enjoyable as The Maid. I absolutely enjoyed The Maid. I feel like it's probably one of the first cozy mysteries that I read, and I absolutely enjoyed it. I enjoyed the characterizations, I enjoyed the mystery element of it. It was really fun, cozy, enjoyable. This one, I still enjoyed the characters. Like, I love Molly, our main character. I love how smart she is, and even though she may not like get all these social cues that society expects us to understand, there's still this level of intelligence in her that a lot of people take for granted or don't even look at, because they don't have the patience to, like, you know, sit and listen to what she has to say. So I like that element of it. So I enjoyed the characters. I wasn't very excited about the mystery element of it, and even when they discovered the whodunit or revealed the person who's committed the crime, I wasn't really that interested. So yeah, I give it like 3.5 stars. So we also have like a murder mystery happening within the hotel that she works in. I think the other thing that maybe made me not enjoy it so much, we know that from the first book, Molly was raised by her grandmother. We don't really know anything about her mom or where her mom was. But in book 2, there is a bit more conversation around her mom, and there's a part where she actually meets her mom as her younger self, but she doesn't know that that's her mom that she's meeting. And I felt like, why give us that part of the story if you're not gonna explore it even more? Like, I still don't know what happened to the mom, because you just dropped a bone and then you just left. You just left it hanging. So I didn't really appreciate that part of the story. There was a lot of going back to revisit like her childhood and her relationship with her grandmother, which is fine, but yeah, I don't know. I gave it 3.5 stars. I also finished a Flicker in the Dark by Stacey Willingham. I gave that one 3.75 stars. This was actually a reread. I didn't know when I started it, like it sounded familiar in terms of the title of the book. I'm like, okay, I definitely know the title of the book, but I don't remember if I read this book. I know that I read 2 books from Stacey Willingham, one of them being All the Dangerous Things, which I absolutely enjoyed, but I wasn't sure about this one. But when I started listening to it, I'm like, okay, fine, I'm interested again. I want to know what's going on, like, and I did. So I gave it 3.75 stars. Same as Lock Every Door, I gave that one 3.75 stars. So I think we kind of like caught up. Currently reading a bunch of things. Firstly, maybe let me start on the Kindle. I feel like I've got now so many different places, devices, apps where I'm reading, and I've started a book somewhere. It's just crazy. But we've got the Kindle here. I'm still waiting for my cover for my Kindle. When is that coming actually? It's still next week. TAKEALOT is very quiet. Expected to estimated collection Monday. Okay, so it's only expected to ship on Friday or Saturday. But yeah, so on my Kindle, I am reading A Cruel Twist of Fate. This is an arc by H.F. Asquith, and it is a YA thriller, I believe. So I'm currently on chapter 2 of this one, so I haven't really done much reading. This is a book that I borrowed from what is it, from NetGalley. So it's a NetGalley arc, and yeah, so that's what I'm currently reading on the Kindle. I have Will on Audible. I haven't tried to use Kindle for audio. How does that work? I don't even have a oh, but it takes Bluetooth, right? It does take Bluetooth. Okay, great. We're figuring things out every day. Okay, so yeah, so that's what I'm reading on the Kindle. Audiobook wise, I'm a little bit confused as to which direction I need to go. On Libra FM, I've got The Beholders, but I started it this morning during school run. It's the first day of school, which is why because I actually took a day off because I have to be up and down school today, because we also have the extramural activities session happening this afternoon. So I have a few hours and I want to edit, and I would also love to do my bookshelf tour video if I'll call, yeah, because we've got sprints this weekend. Ooh, we've got sprints this weekend, so I need to talk about my sprint weekend TBR. Okay. I'm all over the place, but I'm listening to The Beholders, this thing. There we go. It's coming. It's coming. There we go. So I'm listening to The Beholders, and this is by Hester Musson. I'm not sure. But yeah, I just started this one. I was not concentrating when I was reading it. I was like, my mind was all over the place, and I need to restart because I have no idea what they're talking about. But in the beginning, there was like a news clipping where this couple is accused of murdering their child, like a child, and then throwing them in a river or something like that. And then it seems like we're hearing the perspective from a maid who's writing a book. I don't know, I'm confused. But that's what I have on Libro FM. The Mystery Guest I also listened to on Libro FM. Didn't See That Coming by Jesse Kusutando, which I usually enjoy Jesse Kusutando. But listening to this audiobook, it sounds very juvenile in the way that I don't like. Because obviously I read YA, I read a lot of like middle grade as well, so I don't know, I'm not really pulled in currently by the premise. So that's what I've got on Libro FM. On Libby, I'm on for like 4 different apps. On Libby, I am physically reading I'm not gonna be done. Can I manage my loan and extend? Okay, no, it's fine. I have to just give it up. But I've got Airfire by Sarah J. Maas, which is the 3rd book in the Throne of Glass series. And I'm only 3% in. I haven't done anything. Like, I really wish I could connect my Libby to my Kindle. It would make it so much better and faster to read than to read on my phone. I mean, this is the reason why we have this, right? And yeah, like I said, I'm not yet ready to commit to Kindle Unlimited. And also I feel like maybe I haven't done enough research, but I will activate it probably next week or towards the end of the month when I'm done with my TBR and I'm choosing new books to read. But yeah, I've got Airfire, and then I've got volume 3 of Spy Family. I haven't started volume 3 of Spy Family, but these are my current loans on the Libby app. And then on Everand, I think I'm DNFing one of the audiobooks I was listening to. Hey, where are my titles? Why is everything gone? Okay, under downloaded. Is my husband on volume 9? Oh, is that me? That might just be me. Okay, so I've got Saga, which I should actually go back and read. Can't I send some of these to, like, can I share this to my Kindle? Darn it! It says incompatible file type. Okay, whatever. Anyway, yeah. I still have Saga volume 9. Maybe I should listen to Flight Risk. It's another cozy mystery, and this one is by Sherry Priest. So yeah, that's what's going on. But I think I might want to reread where is that book? Iron Gold. I think I want to reread Iron Gold. I feel like I rushed through it last year, and in my head I'm like, do I know what the premise for Iron Gold is? I just know that they just started a whole bunch of wars. They started a bunch of wars, but I want to read it, and I want to read it physically. So at some point this year I'm going to be rereading Iron Gold. But yeah, physically I am reading one book. Luckily I'm reading one book. Physically I am busy with my reread of The 5th Season by N.K. Jemisin, and I am currently on page 222. It's going well. Like, I feel like I don't have enough time and space to just sit down and gobble this book up, which I'm gonna try to do today, but I feel like I'm running out of time already. I would have like 2 hours left, and I want to edit a video that I want up today. So I just want to read this book. I am enjoying it so much more the second time around because I'm already familiar with the story. I'm already familiar with the characters. I'm familiar with the way the magic system works. And now I'm getting the crux of the story. Like, I'm getting the small details that I couldn't like bring my mind to the first time around. And I think I mentioned that I read this book for the first time like 2 years ago. So my reading has improved as well. So I'm reading faster. I know kind of like what to look out for now, especially with like sci-fi fantasies. And I'm really enjoying it. So we're hearing the story from three perspectives: from Hassan, who is a teacher at one of these small communities in some land, and one day coming back from school, she finds the broken, beaten, murdered body of her 3-year-old child Uche on the floor, and she knows that it's her husband who has done this because he has also taken the oldest child, which is a daughter who's female, and ran away with her, took her on horseback, and they left. And she, in the beginning of the book, there's a lot of grieving that's happening, and we know that she's got the magical ability of an origin. She's an origin, which is what they call people with these magical abilities. But in this world, origins are hunted, especially if you're like a free origin, you're hunted. The people, quote unquote normal, they call them stills. People with no magical abilities will hunt them down because they believe origins to be like dangerous and cannot control themselves when it comes to the magical abilities, and so they attack them. But I mean, if you attack somebody, your natural reaction is to go like to get angry, you know, or to have a very strong emotional reaction. And usually what happens when an origin has that kind of reaction, they can manipulate like kinetic energy. They can manipulate what happens in the earth. Like, they could cause you to freeze. They can freeze you. They can change the temperature in the air. They can cause volcanoes. They can cause eruptions in the earth. They can cause, I don't know, they can cause a lot of things. And the stronger they are, obviously the bigger their cause. So yeah, so she's raised her kids. Obviously she thinks that her kids probably also are origins, but she's raised them in hiding because her husband is not. And the community she lives with every community as well, they don't look too nicely on origins. They hunt origins, they kill origins, they attack origins. And so the husband found out that this 3-year-old child has these magical abilities and beat him to death. And by the time she found the child, there was an eruption, a big eruption. This was now a first season happening, kind of like somewhere in the north. And it was a big earthquake. They call them shakes as well. This big earthquake that happened. But because she was grieving her child and she was still in denial on that first day that she found the child, she kind of like protected that land, because as much as they can create these quakes, these shakes, these seismic events, they can also stop them or prevent them from happening. So she reacted in such a way that her energy went and created this circle to call away the shakes that were coming towards this calm. And she essentially saved the people in her community. But as people are starting to kind of like research and see where is the center of the circle, like as people keep going out of the community to go and see what is happening, how much damage is there, they realize that the shakes or this damage did not even touch our calm at all, and our calm is like in a, like there's a perfect circle surrounding it. And when they kind of like figure out where the center of the circle is, they start to put 2 and 2 together. And we have a situation where she's like, okay, it's been 3 days, I've been grieving, I need to get up now, I need to find my other child, because I just got confirmation that my husband was seen leaving with her outside of this community. And the minute she tries to leave, they try to stop her. This is not very, I don't consider this to be spoiler because it's at the very beginning of the book and a lot more happens. That this is something that's minute, but this is where we start to get a sense of her power and what she can do. And you know, she's trying to leave peacefully, but then the guards are just like putting two and two together. It's like, hey, wait, you are an origin. So instead of letting her leave peacefully, they try to kill her. They attack her. What does she do? She shows them flames, or rather, she not even flames, because that was just, she freezes the temperature, and she goes and freezes every single person in her periphery, because it was just like, let me go. Let me go. Now you're trying to attack me, and I am grieving, and I'm trying to suppress this emotion that I'm feeling, because if I let this emotion out, I know the damage I can do. So that moment gives us the sense that this woman is very powerful, number one, and she's gone on as far as 10 years living in this community without outing herself as an origin. But yeah, anyway, she gets on this journey. She goes on to this trip to hunt down this husband. She doesn't even know where to go, but she knows that up north, this is where the issues are happening. This is where the sheikhs are. This is where the seismic event has now started happening. And whenever this happens as well, where there's a rip on the, like, down into the earth, there is gases that gets released, and they have what they call ash rain, where now, like, you literally, there's like ash falling down from the sky. And that started happening. So she's moving down as everybody who's trying to find safety is now moving down. So she figures that's the direction where her husband went. And along her way, she meets like two other characters that are very interesting. And in the beginning, I feel like I got the sense of who they were, but I'm looking forward to seeing their purpose, right? So she's traveling with a younger boy that found her as she was sleeping, and he's a little bit weird, this kid, and she's trying to figure out, who are your parents, where do you come from, where are your people? He's like, I don't know. It's like, okay, but what am I supposed to do? And he kind of like made a comment to the effect of, you seemed like the person I could trust the most. So you get a sense that there's something that he can sense as well, like there's something going on with him. And there's another character that she meets as well, who is a geomist. She meets along the way. I believe that they travel together. I don't remember if they do, but I'm looking forward to seeing that kind of union and that relationship that builds up from these people. That's just one character. I spoke a lot. The next character we are following is Cyanide. They call her Cyan for short. And she is in this institution they call the Fulcrum. So even though the society, this world, hates origins, there is, like, in the capital city, let's call it, they have this institution called the Fulcrum, where they actually train origins to have control over their powers, and so that their powers can essentially be used to get rid of these seismic events, prevent these seismic events before they can happen, instead of being the cause to destroy everything. But the problem with that Fulcrum, it's almost like a military type institution, and the way they treat origin is like less than humans, right? They treat them like that, and there's rules that they need to follow, and there's things that they need to do. Like, even though they hate them, they know that they can use them, so they also have them breed more origins, because the way that this power works, it's not that you can inherit it from your parents, which I will talk about the third main character. It's not that you can inherit from your parents, so you never know if your child is going to have the gene or not. So the Fulcrum tries to put two origins together to breed, to have them breed a more powerful origin, because then there's higher chances of getting an origin baby than a still baby. But anyway, we follow Cyanide, and they put her on this mission, 2 missions essentially, but one of those missions is to get pregnant by a very powerful origin. And we find his name is Alabaster, and they go on a mission together. And in the Fulcrum, there's also like a hierarchy in terms of origins. The more rings you have, the more powerful and the more control you have over your power. And Cyanide is a 4-ringer, which means she literally wears 4 rings, and Alabaster is a 10-ringer, which is the highest you can go. So he's got ultimate control, and by the time you get to 10-ringer, you have a bit more freedom in terms of what you allow or can, which missions you can and cannot accept. You have more privacy, whereas where Cyanide is, she doesn't have privacy, she doesn't have freedom. She gets told what to do, when to do it, with who to do it, and if she disagrees on any of that, they could discipline her in a very severe way. So that's kind of like what we've got going on there. And then we've got the 3rd main character, who is Damaya. So I feel like Husan is like maybe, or Hassan, I don't remember her name. I think she's probably like in her 40s. Yeah, I think 40s. Cyanide sounds like she's more like in her 20s, and Damaya is probably around 10 or less. And Damaya's story, they find her at her parents' home in a small like backwater town, and she's living in this barn, and it's very cold, and the parents basically abuse her for being an origin, because her parents are not origin and her brother is not. So they look at her as like this abomination, and they call the Fulcrum on her to come and collect her, which they look at as a kindness, because most parents will just hand over the child to the community to go to kill. So the Fulcrum goes and finds these children, which is where they find the people in the Fulcrum. They find these kids, and they take them to the Fulcrum to basically train them. And if you cannot be trained, you are killed. So they take her, and Damaya thinks that, oh my gosh, I'm out of this place where I'm not seen as human. I'm not taken care of. I'm being abused. Like in case of like they letting her live basically in her filth. She doesn't have a toilet, she doesn't have a blanket, it's freezing cold. And in their beliefs, like they've got these myths going on that origins can't feel the cold, so it's fine. Like they gave away her jacket and her blanket because her cousin needed it and your own child doesn't need it. So that's like, they don't look at origins as humans. So she gets taken by the Fulcrum, and she's thinking, oh my gosh, thank you so much for saving me and all of that. But you can see that the Fulcrum plays mind games with these kids as well, and they're training them from a young age to believe that I'm nothing without these people. I must be grateful for everything that I am, that I have, because I'm worth nothing. And this is like what what they do. And they also like hurt them, but then they give them a sense of, oh, but it's for your own good, this is for your own good. So yeah, so we're following those 3 perspectives. I'm absolutely enjoying it. I'm on page 222. I want to sit down and read for a bit and then edit. I'm about to run out of memory. And guys, this again, we are back here again. I'm returning my AirPods for the 2nd time, because I just don't know what kind of breed they did with the AirPods too, but it's so bad. I'm so annoyed. I've sent emails, I've complained, I've logged cases, so they told me to bring them in, so that's what I'm gonna do. So yeah, I'm gonna go make some coffee because I'm actually starting to get hungry, and then read, edit, chill for a bit, and then we'll speak again later.
Later on in the night, when the crowds have gone, we could talk under moonlight till dawn. We could stay to watch the sunrise, cancel all our plans. We don't need a reason why we just can't.
Okay. Let's talk about my. Let me just fix this hair, okay? So that I don't have to touch it for the rest of this video. The rest of this update. Okay? I'm looking good. I'm looking good. I'm actually starting to refresh the front a little bit. I did mention when I did these that I didn't put gel because I don't want the gunk. And I normally don't wash my hair when I have braids. When I feel like my hair is like at a critical point for washing, I take them out. Just my rule. But I've made some coffee, as you would have seen, and it is after 10, so I can have sugar now again. But I want to just go through the books that I think I am going to be planning on reading for the reading sprints. Maybe I should actually, because these are part of the library books. Let me actually come show you. Let me first do a book haul of the library books that I got. I know I definitely shared a TikTok. By the way, follow me on my TikTok and Instagram if you haven't done so already. Links in the description down below. But yeah, let me first do a book haul of the library. This is what happens when you don't record for a couple of days, because I'm all over the place. Okay, hold on. Ugh, okay, all right. First, let me just start with the books that are for my daughter. This one, The Gigantic Bear, I actually forgot it when I went to return books, so I need to return this one as quickly as possible. And then I got her the Ladybug stories for 5-year-olds. She's not 5 anymore, but I feel like there's no age when it comes to reading. You can definitely enjoy the stories as well. But they have a couple of stories in here, and she read the 3 Billy Goats Gruff, and she's like, I know this story. But these are the different stories they have in here. They've got the 3 Billy Goats Gruff. They've got Rapunzel, which she's really been interested in, especially because of the Disney movie. Jack and the Beanstalk, like we grew up reading that, knowing that story, and like she doesn't know it. The Little Mermaid, Little Red Riding Hood, and Aladdin. And I think this is great, and these are great stories to read for like bedtime. So yeah, definitely happy about this one. I don't know where to put this stuff. And then lastly for her, I got Ocean Treasures. I didn't go with her this time around. I had a bunch of other places that I needed to go to, and it was gonna be too much to drag her everywhere, so I left her with her daddy. So yeah, this is kind of like what it looks like. So it's like a mermaid story as well. And then for myself, let me just start with the blunder that I made. I saw this book and I got way too excited, and then I grabbed it and then I didn't read what was going on with it. But I've got Only Human, and this is by, hey, what's the author's name? Sylvain New Who? Oh my gosh, why isn't the author's name on this? Sylvain Neuville, who was born in Quebec. So this is called Only Human. It is a sci-fi series, but this is the 3rd book in the series, and I haven't read the other 2. But these books are on my wish list on Wordsworth Books. I've seen them on Wordsworth Books, and they're on my wish list. And book 1 is called Sleeping Giants. Book 2 is called Waking Gods, and book 3 is called Only Human. And I got too excited, I grabbed it without even thinking, but I can't read it because it's the 3rd book. So sometime soon, I don't know, maybe this weekend I'll probably, oh no, not this weekend because I've got sprints, but I don't know, maybe the next weekend I will go and drop these 2 off, because we're done with them. But then for myself, I got Scythe by Neil Shusterman. I heard good things about this one. Scythe, the series trilogy. I don't know how many books are in there now. It's definitely one that I am looking forward to. I've also got my eye on the first 3 books in the series from Reader's Warehouse because I saw they're selling them for a good price as well. But yeah, I'm probably, I don't know, I'll see how it goes month end. But yeah, I'm looking forward to reading Scythe, but I'm not adding this to my reading sprint TBR because I'm thinking of adding something else. But what I want to add on my TBR is 2 graphic novels. The first one is called Caroline, and this is by Neil Gaiman, and this is a graphic novel. I think there's probably the real one, I don't know, but this is adapted and illustrated by P. Craig Russell, and Terry Pratchett says that this is a masterpiece. I have no idea what the story is about. I don't really care to know until I get into the story, but I think this is a horror. It's a horror novel, so I don't know who wrote the original, but yeah, or maybe it's a Neil Gaiman who wrote the original. I've got no idea. But yeah, this is called Caroline. It will be a quick read because it is a graphic novel, and I was so excited when I saw graphic novels at the library because I didn't know they had graphic novels. So we have a good Samaritan going and donating some graphic novels, and I'm so happy about it. And this is why I am very adamant as well about promoting libraries and donating to libraries. Like, we got shelves and we've got books, many books, and sometimes we read books and they're not our favorites, or we really don't like them, and I don't know what you guys do with your books that you don't like, but I found a place to give my books to, and I'm so happy. And yeah, so the next one I've got is Assassin's Creed Origins. I have no idea if this is book 1 or not, but in my mind I feel like Origins usually means the beginning of something, so I made the assumption, and I'm just gonna read it as in this is book 1. I don't really know the premise of Assassin's Creed at all, but I mean, man, we'll figure it out. Okay, we'll figure it out. I hope it's good. But I like the illustrations on here. Do they tell us who illustrated this one? Senior designer is Andrew Liu, art director Oz Brown. Yeah, okay, I guess those are the people. Those are the people. Oh, there we go. Story concept is by Anne Toole and Anthony DeCall. The writer is Anthony DeCall. I didn't even say that. Hey. The story consultant is Anne LeMay. The artist is PJ Kaiwa. Colors are done by Dijo Lima. Letters are done by Comic Craft. And the collection cover is done by Stephen Mooney and Triona Farrell. I like that they have everybody here, like, who's involved. So nice. They've got loading memory, so I guess this is kind of like the premise. So I'll read this first, and then let me take care of this. And this is what the graphic novel looks like. I'm excited. So these are going to be the first 2 books that I read during the reading sprints. I hope that I would have finished the 5th season by then and I don't have to add it. But a novel that I actually want to add to this is an 800 pager, 750. What's this number? 790. Okay, let's say 800. And the reason that I'm thinking of adding it to the reading sprints is because we get such a long dedicated time for reading that it's the best time for me to read a chunky book, right? And I'm adding these graphic novels just so that I can sprinkle I finished 2 books, okay? And that's what we're doing. So in line with my rereads, which I'm so proud of because I feel like I'm doing so well already in this year. It's the 17th of Jan and I've read 4 books and I'm so happy, and I'm on my 5th one. So Yep, but I'm adding House of Earth and Blood by Sarah J. Maas. Where is House? Look how tiny. This is why we all called this book Crescent City, because look at this. House of Earth and Blood, which is the actual title of the book, is so tiny, and then we've got Crescent City. That's why we called it Crescent City. But yeah, we've got book one of Crescent City by Sarah J. Maas, and I'm excited to get back into the world of Bryce Killen and Hunt Alphalar. I'm looking forward to it. So at the back it says Bryce Killen used to light up Crescent City, partying all night in the clubs where strict classes of angel, shifter, human, and fae merge into a sea of beautiful bodies. So she's half fae, right? And Hunt Alphala is an angel. And this is an urban fantasy with other creatures like they've mentioned. And then it continues to say, and then a demon murdered her closest friends. 2 years later, when the supposed killer is behind bars, but the crimes start up again, the city's leaders command Bryce to help investigate. Command, right? So she doesn't have a choice. They assign an enslaved fallen angel, Hunt Athala, to make sure she does. But as Bryce fights to uncover the truth and resist her attraction to the brooding angel who shadows her every step, she finds herself hallowing a trail that leads deep into her own dark past. This is a fantasy romance, and we've got a very beautiful, slow burn and see type of romance that I absolutely enjoy, and Sarah J. Maas is a master. She is the master of fantasy romance, and I absolutely loved this book the first time I read it. I gave it 5 stars. I gave book 2 5 stars, which is like in my TBR card, and I can't wait. I can't wait. Book 3 is coming out at the end of the month, so my plan is to have book 1 and 2 finished before then, and then I can be revived and ready for book 3. So yeah, this is my TBR. I wanted to just come on here and do this in case I don't get another chance to pick up my camera until Friday, because it's been a little bit tricky these days, and I'm trying to focus my energy where it's needed in the moment and not force myself to do things that I'm not ready or don't have time or the energy to do then. Like picking up my camera in the last couple of days, I couldn't. So this is why I'm here now with this huge update. But yeah, this is my TBR for the reading sprints. So excited for these are very first reading sprints of the year. We've been so consistent. I love it. And consistency is my word for 2024, because that's what I want to emulate this year, because I feel that if I bring consistency in every part of my life, I'll be able to reach all of my goal easy. Because number one, for example, I want to reach 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. I want to be monetized on YouTube. The only way for me to do that is to consistently put out content for you guys to enjoy, to watch, to like, to share with your friends and family, hint, to subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, hint. That's like on the YouTube side. If I'm consistent on my Instagram or my TikTok, then I'll see growth there. But I mean, I don't know what Instagram is doing, but anyway, I'll potentially see growth in there. And thinking about campaigns, I see that a lot of campaigns are coming out of those two platforms. I don't know why people are not really campaigning on YouTube, guys. What's going on? Come to my this is the platform I love the most. But if I have consistency in my morning routines, that means that I get daily exercises. It means that I get daily morning reading. It means that I'll be prepared, ready, energized for my morning, taking my daughter to school. I can have a fluid morning. If I'm consistent with my evening routine, it means that my morning routine becomes simpler, easier, because I would have handled everything in the evening. You know what I mean? If I'm consistent in doing my exercises and I'm consistent in eating healthy, then I will see the changes in my body that I need to see. I will lose the weight that I want to lose. So consistency is my word for 2024, and it will encompass literally everything all of my goals, like every part of my life, to help me reach those goals. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. And me and the girlies, I absolutely love it. We've been very consistent as well. And this year we're introducing book club as well. And the ladies are reading A Little Life. And I say the ladies because I'm not participating in A Little Life read along or a book club buddy read, because it's a book that I'm just like, because I'm uneasy. I'm not putting myself in the fire like that with my eyes wide open. Like, I don't like sad books. Like, I don't like books that are terribly sad and in my mind for no particular reason. Like, what is the point of all of the sadness? Is what are you telling me? And to that level and to that degree that everybody is just like, I feel like crying, I want to cry, so I want to read a sad book. I'm like, that's not me. If I want to cry, I will cry right now. But yeah, I'm not participating in the read along, in the book club pick for this month. And that's what's nice about our book club, because it's not filled with all this pressure that if we pick a book, then you have to buy this book and you have to read it with everybody, even though maybe it's not in the genre that you like, it's not a book that are not interested in, which I think probably we see a few book clubs fail in that. I mean, I used to be part of a book club and I left the book club because I was not, like, it started becoming a lot of pressure for me. I found myself not completing the books because it was also a book club that was mainly focused on reading like African literature, which is a great genre to read from, but it's not my genre of choice. It's not my comfort zone. I need a break before going into African literature. I think I've mentioned this before, that African literature, books and novels, tend to have a lot of trauma in them, and it gets too much. So, and nobody in the book club really, not nobody, but people in the book club did not read fantasy or sci-fi, and those are my genres that I love. They don't read thrillers or anything like that, so it stopped making sense for me. So I had to unfortunately leave the book club. But yeah, me and the ladies started a book club. We are hosting it on the Book Club's app, logo somewhere. Book Club's app, so it's free to join. You just download the app, and I will link the link to join our specific book club on that app in the description. But yeah, if you're interested, join our book club. We have announced our books to read for the first quarter. So we've got A Little Life this month, and then we've got Will by Will Smith, and then we've got, and then in March we are reading To My Sisters, A Guide to Building Lifelong Friendships by Renee Kapuku and Courtney Daniela Boite. So yeah, we have picked our books for the first quarter. If you guys have suggestions on books to read, you can literally make those suggestions on that app as well, and then we can let you guys know what books we're reading for the next quarter. So yeah, that's all the updates. Oh, a lot of updates. But yeah, I'm gonna try to read now. I've got an hour and a half left. Darn it. I'm gonna try to read now, and I'll catch up with you guys later.
I wish I could stop time, stay in this moment, never think about going. Won't you stay with me for a little while? Got myself free falling deep into your eyes. Came to me without warning, but I knew why. I wish I could.
Hi, you guys. It is Friday. I got back from work maybe 2 hours ago, and then I worked for a bit, but I'm about to head out to go fetch my daughter from school. But I just thought, let me show you my work outfit for today. You guys know I don't go to the office every day, so twice a week, and usually my go-to is like black on black on black, and that's what's happening today. But I've got these pants that I absolutely love. I think I'm starting to like lose a bit of weight and I need to probably adjust them, but I've got these pants with my black bodysuit from Zara. The pants are from H&M, and I've got this blazer that I won in some competition I entered some years back. I don't even remember the company. And then I've got my loafers. These loafers are from Woolies, and I like my outfit. So this is what I rock to the office in today. So yeah, my battery's flashing, so I'm gonna go fetch my child, and we'll talk later, probably when we start with the reading sprints, because it's reading sprints weekend. Yay, let the children scream. Over there.